if the Blazers make the playoffs, which I think they will, we talked about this on the last show we did together, he's going to be in heavy consideration for the MVP. Listen to what he's done the last 2 weeks. Listen to these averages. 48.8 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 10.2 assists, over a steal, and he's hit 8.2 threes. So he's averaging 48.8 points, but he's also averaging over 10 assists a game in the last 2 weeks, the last 6 games. That's incredible.
A couple, I'll also add in a couple more things. On the 61-point night, 16 of 16 at the line. On the 47-point night, 7 of 7 at the line. And the other night on the 51-point night, 8 of 8 at the line.
Jeez Louise.
And
the Shawns is so happy with him right now.
He does make his free throws.
Yeah.
But he's also, the thing to mention during this, he's shooting threes in volume, but these aren't volume shooting results. These are efficient results. He has made more than 50% of his three-pointers in, as I look at it now, 6 straight games. And in 6 straight games, he has shot at least 12 three-pointers, and in each of those games, he's made at least half of them.
That's incredible. He's that guy. He's that guy at the park when you show up, and he's got he can't miss. He's hoisting it up from half court even, and he's just drilling them, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, you're sitting there going, God, he put up 15 threes. Well, he made 9 against Utah. He put up 12 3 games in a row. He hit 7, 6, and 8. 8 of 15 against Dallas, and there was, of course, the 61 night where he hits 11 of 20. So, yeah, the last 6 games, he's shooting nearly 60% on three-pointers. And again, if you haven't paid attention, and the point totals for those games, 61, 47, 50, 36, 48, 51. And as a sports writer, when you put together like streaks like that, you normally look down the list and you see there were back-to-back 34s. I'm eliminating the back-to-back 34-point nights from that because it will bring down his average and make it not sound quite as important. Normally you'd include 34-point nights on that, but you got to cut those out to get him to that 50 that he's averaging over the last 6 games.
Well, you know what's even more important about this really hot streak? Like when you sit down and you look at a schedule and you're like, okay, we've got these next 8 teams. Well, we're in a stretch where we're playing 8 playoff caliber teams. And to start it, we're 4-0. We've beaten Utah, we've beaten the Lakers, we've beaten Houston, we've beaten Indiana. We're scoring over 124 points every game against these really high caliber opponents. He is literally taking this whole city, this whole team, and putting them on his back, and he's saying, let's go.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, you're looking at the 4 games in a row have been, and it hasn't even been close games. I mean, they beat Indiana by 10, they beat Houston by 13, they beat LA by 8, and they beat Utah by 17. So you're basically looking at 4 playoff teams that you've beaten by an average margin of double digits.
Yeah. So the Portland LA game, I believe we were 13.5-point underdogs. Mm-hmm. I really wish we had put some money on that game.
Yeah, but boy, that was one of those that you had no idea. I mean, I was hearing everybody all day was like, "Oh, Portland's just run into a trap on that thing. They're going to come out. Lakers are going to have this whole pregame deal. They're going to come out all fired up. Maybe LeBron's going to go out there and put up 60 to honor Kobe and this and that." And it could have gone that way. I mean, if it starts off, if they come out and get hot and get off to a 15-2 start, that could have been something that goes the other way. So you never know what the way that's going to work.
I thought it was going to go. I was with you. I thought it was either going to go, we were going to get run out of the gym, or they were going to be upset and grieving like they have been. And it could go the way it went. I mean, that whole situation was terrible. I mean, even though it was a really great presentation and everything, it just had this horrible feeling to it. I don't know if you felt the same way. It was really sad.
Yeah, no, it was tough to watch. But again, now, so Portland, we've been talking about this battle for the 8. Basically, the 7's out of contention, we think. Portland's played 50 games
today.
They got 32 left. They're 7 back of the Thunder. That seems like a lot to make up. So it all comes down to that 8 where Memphis is sitting there. Portland with this stretch has now moved into a tie with San Antonio. Last we talked, they were behind San Antonio and Phoenix. They're now past Phoenix. They're tied with San Antonio. Memphis is 1.5 ahead of them. Alex, I feel like every time I come on here, we talk about do the Blazers tank, do the Blazers not tank, and every time I've said the same thing. You can try to tank all you want, but if Damian Lillard isn't going to tank, you're not going to tank. And I got news for you. Damian Lillard is not tanking.
No, he's not. Whatever the opposite word of tanking is what he's
cranking.
Cranking. He's cranking. He's exercising his right to crank. You know what? When you said he was shooting over 60% from threes earlier in the segment. Some big men like Dwight Howard or even Whiteside back in the day don't shoot 60% from the free throw line.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Wow.
He's just hitting them all right there. So
I hope that people that are watching this current Portland Trailblazers team appreciate what they're watching, because right now he's playing at a historically good level. And this type of basketball isn't played every season, maybe not even every decade. It's unbelievable. He actually, Steve, he just got Western Conference Player of the Week again for the second straight week.
Yeah, odds of that. I mean, what are we looking at? How many? 15 teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
We're looking at about 200 and something odd players, and if you can pull that off with guys named LeBron and some of the others that are in the Western Conference, that's pretty impressive.